Time is passing differently down here than it is on the surface.
A professor of archaeology, Hopper, finds a minivan near the Texas caves with the belongings of people who have been missing for a long time. The man examines the finds and goes to the cave with his dog. In the distance, he sees the figure of a cowboy with a gun, but he does not respond to the professor's shouts, and Hopper goes home. On the way, he calls his student Jackie and tells her that he found the car of the missing people and asks her to pack his hiking backpack without telling her friend Taylor about it. But, driving up to the house, he sees Taylor on his porch. The guy is not going to let the professor go to the cave alone. However, Hopper stands his ground and drives to the caves alone. The dog, as if feeling something, stays at the entrance, and Hopper goes into the depths, passing through a viscous, reinforced concrete, transparent wall. 2 days pass. Taylor wakes Jackie up. They need to look for the professor because he doesn't answer calls. Something must have happened there. The girl calls another friend, Kara, whose father has an SUV. But the girl can only go if she takes her younger sister, Vives, who is preparing a school project and filming everything that might be interesting. Taylor tells the girl that Hopper was looking for a missing family that went in search of the mythical Fountain of Youth in the 70s, and then Vives remembers that they should also take her friend Furby. They have to pick up the boy and listen to his mother's numerous instructions. Eventually, the company arrives at the right place. The first thing they do is inspect the minivan Hopper found, and they are very surprised to realize that the lost hippies were the professor's parents. And then Furby trips over a stretched rope that leads to the entrance of the cave. But Taylor discovers that the rope is cut, and it is too old to belong to the professor. The young people shout, hoping to get an answer, but there is silence inside. The company prepares to descend, leaving Furby on the surface. They all have some experience in rock climbing, so they are confident that there will be no difficulties. But soon people notice that the air seems to thicken and change its composition. Meanwhile, Professor Hopper walks into the cave and sees how the figure of the cowboy, which was motionless, suddenly comes to life and disappears around the corner. And then strange, wild voices are heard from there. Hopper runs out of the cave and hurries to the car. But for some reason it is evening on the surface, and his car is all overgrown with bushes and does not start. Hopper feels that someone is near and starts to look around the area. And he finds another abandoned car, in which lies Jackie's backpack. The professor realizes that his students disobeyed him and went to look for him. The professor returns to the cave, and while the group of young people reaches the bottom of the cave, Vives admires the footage that will be perfect for her project. When the girls get scared by the voices coming from the depths of the cave, the company decides to get out and starts climbing. But suddenly the rope breaks, Jackie injures her leg, and Taylor breaks his fingers on his hand. The guy is furious about, as he believes, Furby's tricks, but he does not answer the calls on the radio. The girls are getting more and more scared because it becomes clear that there is someone underground. Suddenly, a distorted voice of Furby is heard from the radio, asking for help. After some arguments, the group decides to continue on their way, leaving Jackie to wait for the rescuers. Soon the group finds an exit high up, but for some reason the light outside is flickering. Taylor decides that it is Furby playing with the flashlight. Kara, with a video camera attached, climbs up the ledge on the wall, but gets very scared of something and asks the guy to take Vives away. He doesn't understand what's going on, but he obeys. The couple goes to the place where Jackie was left, but she herself crawls out to meet them. The three of them return to the recently found exit, where Kara, who has already gone down, is sobbing. Friends try to get a clear answer from the girl, but, not getting it, Taylor climbs up himself. He has to admit that there is a body of the dead Furby on the ledge, who apparently wanted to go down to them, but someone cut the rope. While the girls are sobbing, Taylor finds the boy's camera, and they watch the last frames he shot. Furby doesn't understand what happened downstairs and why his team doesn't respond to calls, and then he says that he is going to find a suitable place for the toilet and finds another entrance to the cave with a rope going into the depths. It is clear that Hopper went this way, and then he finds a book that tells the legend of a cave where a reservoir with water for eternal youth is hidden. But all the expeditions that went to search for it were killed by the Indians. Here, people notice that on Furby's video, it is already evening, but they are sure that the time has just approached noon. In the next video, midnight strikes on Earth. The boy doesn't know what to think anymore. In addition, frightening sounds come from the prairies. He hides in the car and continues to study the found notebook, from which he learns that Hopper had a sister. And when she got sick, his parents went in search of living water. The next entry was made in the morning. Furby suddenly realizes that no one knows where they are because they lied that they went to friends, and he doesn't even know how to get out of here. The only way out is to go down the rope of Hopper and find the keys to his car, because the battery in Kara's car is dead. The boy says goodbye to his mother and goes to the cave. He grabs the rope and starts to descend. But suddenly, the sky above the cave starts to flash strangely. Furby gets scared, and the next moment, the rope breaks. The boy flies down and crashes into the stones of the cave. Vives pays attention to the date on the boy's camera. The day after tomorrow. But they've only been here for a couple of hours. Jackie starts to have a tantrum because only Kara has a chance to get out. The girl says goodbye to her friends and starts climbing, asking her sister to wait for help here with the others. The girl gives her camera, and Taylor gives her a GPS beacon that should go off upstairs. Kara climbs up, noticing that the air is changing density again. But, once upstairs, the girl sees a changed, lifeless surface, an approaching field storm, and a huge triangular space station in the sky. The frightened girl goes down and tells about what she saw. At the same time, those who remained below say that, according to their feelings, Kara was absent for only 2 seconds, although her video camera recorded about half an hour. The guys realize that they are caught in a break in the space-time continuum. Time in the cave passes much more slowly than on the surface, where hundreds of years have apparently passed. It turns out that no one cut the ropes, they just broke off due to aging, since years passed on the surface while they were descending, and the flickering of light above is the change of day and night. Here, Jackie realizes that this is the fountain of youth because they remain young, although hundreds of years have passed outside. Taylor collects all the available ropes and offers to climb to the top. And then he draws attention to Furby's radio, because in the video it was hanging on his belt, but here it is broken and thrown away. The guys review the last video, and it becomes clear that the boy did not die when he fell. He was killed by some creature, which means that they are also in danger. People decide to make another attempt to get to the surface, and Kara begins to climb to lay a rope road for her friends. Vives and Jackie are rewatching Furby's video at this time, and the girl realizes that the flickering of light is not just a change of day and night, it is a change of seasons. They have been in the cave for more than 100 years. At this moment, a pipe descends into the opening of the cave, which transforms into a staircase. Kara climbs onto it, but a tall man in a spacesuit descends to meet her. Having reached the bottom, the giant stops, looking at the people, but he is suddenly attacked by a caveman, whom the alien instantly puts to sleep. The guys, frightened, rush to run through the cave camps, while the alien folds the stairs and goes in pursuit. In one of the caves, the group finds the bodies of Hopper's young parents, whom the guys recognize from their old photographs, and they immediately see cavemen. Next to the corpse of the cowboy, a fight ensues, in which Taylor is badly wounded. The survivors run back to the upper exit, trying to hide from the savages. Not waiting for Taylor, Kara returns for him, where they are found by the alien in the spacesuit. He lowers the guy into a small pool in the middle of the cave when the cavemen appear and start a fight. At this time, Taylor regains consciousness, and the couple watches as the savages tear off the alien's helmet, revealing an ordinary human face underneath. Realizing that the savages are about to win, the girl picks up and hands the alien his lost weapon. He wins, but starts to lose consciousness without his mask. Hearing the screams, Jackie and Vives come to the cave and see that all the cavemen have fallen asleep under the influence of some unknown device from the alien, who is getting worse and worse. Before his death, he shows the guys a broadcast that tells about their disappearance and long search. And then there are frames reporting that people were forced to leave the Earth due to changed environmental conditions. Humanity has built huge transport ships and colonized nearby planets. People have become giants and speak a different language. Young people are scared. Even if they climb to the top, nothing from the familiar world awaits them. And then Taylor finds Hopper's backpack and realizes that he is somewhere nearby. He picks up the cowboy's pistol and goes in search. Sending the girls to Furby's body, he examines the drawings on the walls. When he finds a cave girl watering the bodies of her parents and the wounded Hopper, he points to a strange glow. In the viscous mass, many people, conquistadors, Indians, and savages, are in immobility. And among them is Hopper's sister. The professor realized that the whole cave is a system where each layer is slower than the previous one. And then, from the depths, come the voices of the girls calling Taylor. He tries to take Hopper to the Fountain of Youth, but he asks to leave him the gun and run. The guy rushes to his friends, who, remembering Taylor's revival, guess that the water in the cave is the water of the Fountain of Youth. They put Furby's body in the water, and Jackie heals her leg. And then shots are heard from the depths of the cave. This is Hopper trying to protect the students from the savages. The guys run to the upper exit and climb up using the extending ladder. At the same time, the exit now looks like a mass of water located above. When Kara reaches it, spider-like hands pull her out. The girl fights back. Taylor climbs up to her and tries to pull her back. But then the caveman touches the stairs, and they fold. Taylor falls from a height, and Kara is put on a mask that allows her to breathe. The next moment, tentacle-like bundles descend for the rest of the guys, which fix them in the air. And then Kara emerges from the water in a new suit and shouts for everyone to follow her. The guys take off into the air, while the emerging bundles fly into the depths of the cave. In the final scene, Furby, the professor, and Hopper's parents and sister come to their senses in small pools of water. They are on a space station, from the windows of which the Earth is visible, and the next moment Taylor and the rest of the friends in overalls enter and say, waking up, that they have a lot to discuss. And that's it. Subscribe, like. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.